All right, guys, Darren from Honest Money, and welcome back to another video. So I wasn't actually going to make a video today. I was actually looking this morning, and this will be the first video I've uploaded to this channel for, I think, 6 weeks. So I just want to answer in this video what I've actually been up to for the last 6 weeks. Also, what it's actually got to do with what will probably be the subject or the title or the screenshot, the thumbnail for this video, and that is, what is your time worth to you? Or something along those lines. I'm just going to see if I can put this camera somewhere. So it's, the lighting and audio might be a bit ropey because we're in the garage and I've got these earbuds, so God knows what the audio is going to be like. I don't even know if I'm going to publish this video. So for the past 6 weeks, what I've actually been up to, well, I'm actually working on something which won't be ready for about another 3 months. But I don't know if you saw my video at the start of January when I was telling people to recognise what they're doing and think about their future and start making changes. Well, I was reviewing whether making videos every Monday at that time for this channel was the absolute best use of my time. And I decided it wasn't. So what I decided to do was, for a temporary period of time, focus on the other kind of project that I've been working on for the past few weeks. And we're probably working on, I've got a schedule for about another 10 weeks. I'll be working on that project and then it'll be ready and I'll be able to tell you guys all about it. But what I wanted to do in this video is get you guys thinking about the same sort of thing for you. You know, take that same thought process. What is your time worth to you? And also rephrase the question. Don't just phrase it as, what is your time worth to you? Because then we're always thinking monetary value. And if you work in a retail job and you exchange your time for a set amount of money, for example, £7, £8, £9, depending on where you work, then you're very much assigning your time a monetary value. But if you ask yourself how much do you value your time, you should give yourself a different answer. And when you think about the stuff you do, whether it's your job, whether it's hobbies and interests, or whether it's chores, you'll be able to see things in a slightly different light and make decisions based on what you actually want to be doing. Because sometimes until you take a step back, or not even in frame there, take a step back and think about what you're doing, you don't realise what you've been doing wrong, or maybe some of the stuff you could be changing. So for example with me, with the Honest Money channel, spending Mondays making videos, getting in the studio, setting up all the lighting, setting up all the camera gear, is that the absolute best use of my time at the moment when I'm trying to grow a kind of a larger passive income. I decided it wasn't at that time. Now it's going to come back and I'm going to continue making videos, but I decided if I spent 3 or 4 months focusing on this other project, in the long term, that should provide more revenue and will be a better use of my time. And then it's thinking about other stuff. So think about your chores, some of the things you do. And again, this will vary from person to person, depending on what you like doing and what you like outsourcing. So for example, not being lazy, but I don't actually cut my own garden. I don't cut my own lawn. I've got a garden that comes in every few weeks and cuts my grass for me. And people are like, why don't you just do it yourself? So, well, if I do it myself, I'll spend the best part of an hour, maybe a little bit longer, cutting the lawn. Whereas I can pay someone else to do it. It will cost me, I think it charges me £20 to do it. And he'll come out every few weeks and do that. So if I do it myself, then I'm going to waste an hour. Whereas in that same hour, could I earn more money? And the short answer is yes, I can. Or if it's not purely monetary, can I do something more valuable? Now, is it more valuable to me to spend time with my son or with my family or doing something else other than that chore? Now, some people might enjoy doing the gardening and find it therapeutic. Absolutely, go for it. Knock yourself out if that's what you want to do. Same sort of thing with washing your car. I love driving my car. I love cars, but I no longer wash my car. I just take it to the local car wash when it's open and pay 15 quid or whatever and get someone else to do it. Because if I do it myself, I'll probably spend 2 hours of my life washing my car. But I mean, in terms of actual benefit, I'd rather pay someone else to do it now and use that time to my own benefit. Another extreme example, I say extreme example, is one of the first examples where I become aware to this way of thinking is when I used to have a web design business. I worked within what was called an innovation center. And there was kind of 40 to 50 small businesses in there. And there was one lady that ran the center. She was a very astute business lady. And I remember speaking to her one time around Christmas. And she said to me, I don't wrap any of my Christmas presents. And I was quite taken aback. I was like, don't you like wrapping? She went, no. She went, I can pay someone £5, £6 an hour to wrap my presents. Or
if I do it myself. And she's like, how much money am I going to lose doing it that way? So it's an interesting way to think about it when you think about it purely from a financial perspective. Could you take things that you currently do yourself and pay someone else to do it, and then you can then make more money in the meantime? And that's purely looking at things from a monetary perspective. And then we get on to the value side of things. For example, at the moment, it's Monday morning. What's the time? I don't know if it's going to be back to front. It's coming up to 10 to 11. And I'm in the gym making this video. I'm supposed to be working out, but I'm in the gym making this video. Now, with my workout, I don't make any money. There's no monetary value to me coming into the gym. And people go to the gym for different reasons. For me, I just like the kind of the health benefits that it brings. So for me, this is a good use of my time. I value this use of time because I enjoy doing this and I enjoy the benefits it brings me, but it doesn't bring me any monetary value. So have a think about that with yourself. What are some of the things that you do that could bring you value other than purely monetary? And then think about some of the chores that you do that maybe you can exchange and spend a little bit of money and either make more money or spend it doing things actually you really value instead. So that's what this whole premise of this video is to get you guys thinking about yourself, your own setup. Over the next week, just pay attention to some of the things that you feel like you waste time doing, and then think, is there a more efficient way that this can be done? And then think about all the things that you value, and are you spending enough time doing them? If not, start making changes. So for me, like I say, from purely a monetary perspective, I swapped making videos on a Monday for honest money, despite the fact I'm sitting here in the gym making one now, to focus on that other project. Also, on the subject of my previous video, I was telling you guys about the passive income stream that I was pursuing at that time was share trading. So I was working for a course at that time. The course seemed very good and the teacher of the course was very good as well. But I decided at the time that it was going to be too much of a time investment for the type of returns that I wanted to make. And if I wanted to make big returns with the share trading, it was going to require a high risk strategy or large amounts of capital, neither of which that I wanted to kind of put up at this time. So I made the decision a few weeks into that course that wasn't the right decision for me. But I will put a link to that course in the comments below. So if anyone's interested in share trading, the guy's called Jack Corsellis, and so the course that I watched was very, very good. The strategy he suggested made a lot of sense, but I haven't actually tried it. I've got no affiliation to those guys, but by all means, feel free. I'll drop a link in the top comment. So hopefully that, guys, gives you an example of how sometimes it's better to just kind of take stock of what you're doing, think about what's right for you at this time, whether you need to change direction, and also don't always judge things purely from a monetary perspective. Think about the actual other values that are available as well. So I hope you guys found this video useful. Like I say, I don't even know if I'm going to publish this or when my next video will be. If you want to see videos from me, head over to my Amazon FBA channel. Just search FBA Elite on YouTube and you should find me, and I release videos on there every Friday. If not, I'll see you guys in either a few weeks or a few months when I've finished working on this current project.